Hey guys, welcome to the Mythic Booster Channel, and today we're not doing Pokemon Go. We're going to do something a little bit different. It's going to be a bit of a cheeky Christmas present review, but I think it's something you'll be really interested in. We're going to have a look at some of the really cool Philips Hue lighting. So stick around, this is going to be unboxing and review on the Mythic Booster Channel. Hey guys, as I said, today we are doing an unboxing review and a how to use. This is going to be for the Philips personal lighting system, and in first look I think it's going to be great. It's something that my brother-in-law to be got Lisa and I for Christmas, and I thought you guys would find it really interesting. My brother-in-law has it, and so does my other brother-in-law have it, and that's kind of all I know. I know you can change colours and I know you can do cool stuff with it, but that's about all I know. And I thought I would share an unboxing with you, setting it up, how to set it up, and my experience of it. I even thought, hey, when I'm doing stuff for the usual Pokemon Go gameplay and other things, I could potentially use it for lighting for that and see how we got on. Because I know you can link it to games and movies, and if we can link it into Pokemon Go somehow, so it changes colours when you enter into battles and stuff, that's something we might be able to have a play with. So, let's cut to the chase. We're going to go through a bit of a dual screen thing. So, I'm going to essentially put a screen over one side. As you know, I'm really good at this, so I'll decide what side that's going to be on editing. But then you guys can have a look down, which you can see from the GoPro here, and we'll do it like that. So, on the front of the box, you can see I'm obviously reading this upside down, so you can see the box. We've got Philips Hue Personal Wireless Lighting. It's the white and colour as well, and it's a starter kit. So we apparently have got 3 bulbs and a hub, maybe a wireless hub of some description. So let's find out what side it comes undone. It comes undone on this side, and we'll open it up. So it's quite a nice packaging. Doesn't seem like it's overly complicated as such. And inside we've got our bulbs. So what we've got here, we've got 3 bulbs in the system, and we've got some manuals. I don't know what the manuals are. Let's have a look. So that one there, very bright on the light, so we'll get a bit closer. There we go. Personal wireless lighting. This one has got multiple languages. Let me have a look, see what we've got. It says, congratulations on stepping into the world of Hue. If I hold that on the GoPro, so you can see down there. So I'll just step on the world of Hue. And on that one there. Yeah, English. There we go, that one there. So you can see all that. It says, congratulations on stepping into the world of Hue. 1, power your light sources and turn on your wall light switches. Fair enough. Plug in the Hue bridge and connect to your Wi-Fi router. We're not going to read through all of this now. This is essentially the quick startup guide. So, first thing box, quick startup guide. We'll put that to one side. In fact, we'll put that there, and then you guys can still see that. Then we've got your personal wireless lighting. I'm assuming this is all the disclaimers, you know, don't lick the light bulbs, you know, don't try and eat the light bulbs when they're hot, don't try and cook eggs on the light, but you know, all the things that Philips really need to make sure they tell you so they don't get sued. So that's that there, personal wireless lighting. That's also in the box. Cool, more exciting stuff. We've got a little tag here in the box that's a personal number I'm to do with your wireless lighting. I'm going to blur that out because I'm assuming that means you can then log in and turn my lights on and off. So that code that's there, you're not going to see because I want to turn my own lights on and off. I don't want you guys turning my lights on and off. So we'll hide that. So after that, in the box, we've got 3 lights. They're quite nice to get them out and to physically feel them. So you go in here. They're quite nice. The tops actually are a plastic finish. They're not glass, which I think is quite cool. And they're really quite weighty. They're really, you know, they're not like kilogram, but they're light. They're a lot heavier than a normal light bulb. So yeah, so we've got 3 of those. So we've got, there we go, 1, 2, put that one there. So carefully balancing them on things, and 3. So there's our 3 light bulbs. Then we've got, what else have we got in here? We've got a bit of a fancy plug socket arrangement. Everything seems to come with these sort of fancy plugs now. You know, Apple do it where they plug in the USB. Previous to obviously having this design, they had the slip-in plug. So yeah, this seems to be doing the same thing. We've got a network cable, So obviously if you want a longer one, you can obviously get these made up. You can buy them for PC World or your local computer store. That was not a promotion for PC World. First thing that comes to my head. In the UK, it's probably one of the easiest things. You got PC World, Maplins, blah 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 blah. All these places. Go buy a longer one of these if you need them. It's the standard networking Cat5 cable. One of those. Cool. So we've got that. And in here as well, by the looks of it, we've got our little plug that clips in. So we'll clip that in now because we're not going anywhere. I'm assuming it goes up this way by the looks of it. Yeah, there we go. Slip it on. It's got a little thing that says push, which I'm assuming, yeah, gets it out again. So that's easy. Just push that back in. It says putting it in right. There you go. So pushing that clips in quite nice. It's quite a, it's quite a light plug. It's just a standard bit of kit. So that's there. And then last but not least, if I just put this over here for the time being, we've got what looks like a little wireless hub of some description. It's got sort of power and whether it's connected to the network. Looks like it gives you an option to wall mount it. And then what else have we got on here? Yeah, power, and then obviously connect it to your modem, router, hub, etc. So we've got that. So unless you've got a router that's got multiple LAN plugins, you might need to get like a little hub splitter box, but we're not going to go into that at the moment. So that's also in the box. Packaging wise, yeah, they've been really quite good. After that, they've literally just got this, the clear plastic thing that holds everything in place, and that's it. I think people over package everything to the total extreme at the moment. I think it's not necessary. If I just close all this back up again, and we'll have a look to see what there's anything else interesting on the box. I'll turn this around and we'll try and, so you guys can see the back as well. Yeah, I think people over package everything massively. You undo something that doesn't need hardly any packaging and the packaging goes on and on and on and on and on. I don't want to rant on, but everyone's always telling us that we're putting horrible things into the ozone layer and too much packaging. Yeah, well done, Philips. I think you've done quite well on your packaging. You haven't overkilled it. On the back, if I leave that there so you guys can see it for a minute, feel free to pause it, come back. But what we've got on here, it's saying, if you can read upside down, it says paint with light, limitless possibility connected to you, paint with light, sync lights with music and movies. That's quite cool. Light your well-being, light schedules for home automation, rich colours, dimmable only with Hue compatible devices, blah blah. Starter kit includes, tells all that, and it's obviously got German, French, Spanish. Oh, PT, now we're testing me. IT Italian, PT. I will obviously look that up and I'll ping up what PT is going to be an abbreviation for. Yeah, it's lost me in that one. But yeah, it goes on. So it's got a few little cool pictures, like your well-being, yeah, and all that sort of thing. Yeah, quite impressed. And then what we've got, they've got the power rating. So it's got a European power rating of A+. So that's obviously brilliant. It's not quite white at the top, but however, as regards to power-saving light bulbs as well, they're great. Yeah, so that's the unboxing of the Philips Hue Plus. Obviously, the next thing we're going to do is, I'm not going to show you how to screw in a light bulb. They're a screw and light bulb fitting. They do a bayonet fitting. You can specify in the box. So yeah, so we're going to use Hue fittings. I'm going to obviously screw these in. I'm going to show you how to connect these bits to basically your router and get it set up, and then we're going to have a look at the automated system. But for the time being, that is the unboxing of the Philips Hue lighting, and we'll move on to how to use it next. Hope you're enjoying. Okay, so as I said, the next thing we now need to do is to get the little hub plugged in. We're going to try and do this holding on to the GoPro at the same time. I've got the new rig for Christmas, which is quite cool. I'm actually going to do another review on my new GoPro vlogging rig. It's quite cool. It's got some funky stuff that I quite like. It's not major technical, but I think it's a good mod, so you guys might be really interested if you want to try it on yours, if you want to try a vlogging rig for your camera. So what we're going to have a look at is how we're going to plug it in. We've got down here, we've got a little Netgear hub, basically. We can plug all of our devices into it. I've got, what we've got going on, we've got a wireless booster in here. We've also got, I've got a MyCloud device, Western Digital MyCloud device. That's really cool, really keen on that. So it's my own personal cloud storage. So first and foremost, what we need is a Cat5 cable. I've used a slightly longer one. So we've got a Cat5 cable that goes into a spare space on the back. And obviously we've got a spare end to the cable that's now covered in fluff apparently. Nice. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that cable there and we're going to plug that into our device. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and balance you guys in the corner there, which I'm sure will work quite nicely. Loads of feedback off the microphone there. And I can even frame you up in my camera. Excellent. That looks suitably good. Yeah, brilliant. So, little device here. And what we're going to do is we're going to plug our LAN into that like so. Again, getting all the dust and horribleness off. Plug that into that device on the back of our little hub. And then we've got our funky little plug, which we need to take the twizzle off of. So we will do that. So that's coming off of there. Spare plug. I'm not going to show you how to plug a plug in. You plug it into the wall. It's quite straightforward. So I'm going to plug that on. I'm not going to turn it on yet. I think I'm going to plug it into the box rather than plug the live plug into the box. I don't know. That just seems the better way of doing it, rather than shoving a live feed straight in. We still in shot? Yeah, lovely. You can even see the box sat on my leg. Cool. So then we are going to plug that as a little DC point, which I'm sure you can see, into there like that. And we're on. Next stage, it says download the app. And I'm sure that will then show us how to do the next bit. Cool. Oh yeah, let's turn it on. Let's see what lights we get. Pick the camera back up again now. Yeah, we get lights. Apparently we have power. I'll leave it for there. We'll come back to that in a moment. And that leaves us with our little wireless setup. I've added to this since Christmas. So we've got our Philips Hue wireless lighting, Western Digital MyCloud, wireless booster for our internet, and a little network splitter so I can control all my things. We've actually also got another TP-Link device over here that essentially lets me pipe wired networking through the power supply. We've even got some USB ports on our surge protected thing down here. So that's that bit. Now let's start looking at the app. Okay, so we've done all the unboxing, all the plugging in, and all the sorting out as far as that goes. Now what we need to look at is how to install the app, get it set up. Obviously I've got an iPhone, so I'm going to be setting up on an iPhone. We're going to put some screen recording so you guys can see what's going on, and then I'm going to talk you through it. We're going to get it set up, and then what we'll do is we'll have a play with the lights, see how it works, see if we can integrate it with Siri. And there's another cool thing that I found about called IFTTT, but we're going to go into that in a little moment. Right, okay, so first things first, let's get on the App Store, let's find the app, we'll go from there. So, first things first, go to the App Store, and I'm just going to do a search for Philips Hue, and do a search, Philips Hue Gen 1, and run that one. So we're going to grab that app off of here, and that should hopefully start installing that. So go back to the main screen. There it is. So we're going to grab that app and we're going to put it back onto the main page where we created a space for it to go in automated house. So that's cool. That shouldn't take very long to download. So I've already had a little play with the app because I didn't want to go in completely blind. So I've got a bit of an idea how we can set it up, how we can automate it, and there's a few buttons we've got to push on the little hub. That helps you connect to it, and that's quite important. So when this is downloaded, we can open up the app and see what it's going to get us to do. Okay, right, app's finished downloading. Let's open it up and see what happens. So, Hue app, and it says searching for Hue bridges. Yep, so I'm assuming that's what it's doing. One new Hue bridge found. Excellent. So, push setup, and it says press the push link button on the Hue bridge you want to connect to. I'm not going to drag the GoPro over there for that. You're set up nicely. It says push the big button in the bottom. I'm going to do that. Button pressed. Cool. It now shows us. Oh, okay, cool. We've got two lights, front room and front door. Obviously, as I said, we've had these already set up. So we've given them names. We've got two lights at the moment. We have three in our kit. I need to get a new ceiling rose for the bedroom so we can set up in there as well. That'll be really cool. So This is on rooms, and then we have routines, home and away, wake up, go to sleep, my routines, and what's under more. Log into my Hue, friends of Hue, and apps we like. Excellent. So that's the basic app. It's pretty straightforward. What's under settings? Hue would like to access your home data. Yeah, okay, we can allow that. HomeKit and Siri. What have we got in here? Lights. We've got 2 lights. Rooms, scenes, advanced. Interesting. So lights. Hue colour lamp 1. We haven't got that set up. We've got front room and front door set up. That's our rooms. Front room and front door. Cool, because we've split our room into. Select and control the rooms by saying turn room name. Oh, okay, cool. So we can have on. Oh, nice. So we can speak to Siri and say turn front room on, turn front door on. Cool. That's cool. So we'll try that in a minute. Scenes. Good morning, good night. I'm home. I'm going out. I've got a headache. So we've set these up as well, as I've said before. I've got a headache setting, so basically just makes the room blue, which is like a really easy light to work with. So that's quite cool. So, and then what else have we got? That's HomeKit and Siri, accessories set up, widgets, an Apple Watch. Okay, so this is where we can create an app, so we'll do that now. Let's create one. So let's see what happens. We'll tap it. We'll call this one, we'll just call it front room. Yeah, just call it front room. Icon. Let's have a front room icon. What will that be? Probably a sofa. Put a sofa and where front room and front door. Maximum 4, so we put in both of those and select it. We'll have it on bright and bright, and then save it. Cool. So that's saved that front room. In theory, now if we go out, you should be able to swipe left. Nice, and we've got a front room light. So in a minute, I'm going to check this one works, and it does. I can turn my lights off. Oh, you can probably see the picture depth changing. Excellent. And lights on. So what I'm going to do is, now we've got some cool stuff happening, I am going to have a look around the app. We'll set the GoPro up so we can record what the lights are seeing, and then hopefully I'll do some controlling from over here from the phone. We'll link it all together. It'll all be amazing and magical stuff will happen. We'll see. Right, so let's have a look at the app. Let's see how it works. Open up the Hue app, and what we're going to have a look at is how all the lights come on, off, how they interact with the program. So at the moment we can see, when we first open up, we can see our rooms. We've got front room and front door. So I've named obviously the light in the middle of the front room, one by the front door. If you look on our other little video, which is up the top up here, you can see I can turn that front room light off. I can also turn this front room light off. That's quite cool. Turn them both on, and they'll resume basically back to the state that was before. I've also got essentially a brightness control here as well. So for example, on the one on the far left, I can turn the green up, I can turn the green down, so I can essentially dim them. So likewise, I can turn this one down to end up with a real green looking room, so that's quite cool. And obviously turn this one back up again. These are obviously all independent. You can pick them all between. So if you just click on the front room, you can pick up various settings. So I could put it on, for example, the spring blossom setting on that one. And we can mirror the scene straight on the other one. Just go spring blossom again. So then we end up with a real pinky sort of hue. You can see it on the back of my hands there as well. Yes, that's really, really cool. What else have we got? We can then go back from there. We can have pre-programmed settings. So we've got pre-programmed setting, the headache setting. So we can obviously change them both to that. Just a real softer sort of green light. That works nicely. There you go. So that's quite dull, quite chilled out. That's quite nice. But you can really have limitless control. You can click on any one light. If we turn everything back to a sensible colour again, let's go to this concentrate mode for both of them. We can pick individual lights. If I go obviously the one above my head, which is the front door light, we can click lights, we can actually click the colour, and we can change. We can move through individual colours. So we can go oranges, through to greens, blues, move it further on the bottom again, real deep blues,
dark blues, pinks. We can go like almost like a real burnt red. That's like pretty mad. I mean, yeah. And you can set them up as individual scenes as well. So we can obviously leave that like that. Front room's now that red colour. We can even give that a scene name, and we could set it and we can mirror those two lights across. So that's really cool. So the lights work fantastic. The range of colours I am just totally blown away by. I mean, it's just really quite impressive. So that's one way to do it. We've got total control. We can just turn individual lights off, and obviously we can make these interact with sort of Siri in other ways, and that's what we're going to have a look at in a mo. Routines. We've got home and away routine. I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use IFTTT, which we're going to talk to about once we do the Siri section. And you can set up wake up times, sleeping times, and individual routines that happen throughout the day. That's quite cool. Under the more, we can log into my Hue, which is for using the home and away and the location services. Friends of Hue, which is literally just sort of Apple, HomeKit, Google. Just give you an idea about apps that you can sort of interact with the program. And then apps we like, which is very similar again. Obviously settings we've already looked at. But yeah, on the whole, I'm really impressed. We can obviously set up the widgets like we was talking before. So if I close this down, swipe left, I've got all my widgets. I can just literally turn my normal front room lighting on. This is what I basically get to come on when I come back to the house. It's quite nice, just a standard yellow lighting. Got some night lights which we've set up. You know, you could use these in your kids' bedrooms if you wanted to. You know, so literally set them on, saying go to sleep. Once you know they're asleep, you can turn them off remotely, and that's be really cool. So you can even set a timer for it. You know, you could set that as one of your routines. If you know the kids go to sleep at X o'clock, get them to automatically turn off, and that can be a routine. You just save it in your phone. And then I'm going to my normal vlogging setup, which is the real nice white lights. So hopefully that means, lit really well, you can see what I'm doing. So that's the basic functionality of the app. We can tie it into other things. As we said, we can tie it into the silly elements, but that's what we're going to look at in just a moment. Right, hope you found that all really interesting. Last but not least, the last little bit I want to show you is how it integrates with the Siri commands. I'm not going to record it. We've seen the lights going off and we've seen the colours, and it's quite hard to screen record, do the Siri, and it all conflicts. So you'll just have to take my word for it. When you talk to Siri, the light's going off. But the way to integrate and do that is to use, if you go into the Hue app, there's a little bit where you can set it up. So if you go to the settings and go to HomeKit and Siri, if you go through to your scenes, these are the scenes you can set, and basically by naming them, they're the way that you can control your scenes. So you can say, for example, we've got one, YouTube lights, which will basically turn onto my highlighted setting that I've got now. I can say I'm home, which basically is the ability to just sort of turn on lights in my normal living room lighting session. Good night turns them off. So it's a way to do it. Yeah, works really well. It's nice. It's a little bit novel. I'm not entirely sure where you would just flick something on or flick something off. I think this feature certainly works better with something like you know, like an automated home system, like the Alexa system. But yeah, it's still a really great system, and you literally just add a new session, give it a name, work out what rooms you want to do, and set your colours, and it's as simple as that. And then you can just add them to your quick menu, which I've done as well. Yeah, it's just a really good thing. Last but not least, IFTTT. Download the app, just search for IFTTT, and you can basically create your own little widgets. So they can work for home automation, but for here, for example, you've got recommended ones. So you can tweet your Instagrams as native photos on Twitter, and it runs it and it does it automatically. You know, rain tomorrow, get a mobile notification, you know, and all of these sorts of things. But if you go to my applets, I'm not going to open these too much, because obviously it's going to show you where I live. So basically it says it's a Hue running within the Hue app, and it works with, if you see in the bottom right hand corner, it works with iOS locations. And it basically just says, if you enter an area, then set a scene. So basically if I enter within a 100 metre radius of my house, it turns my lights on. And likewise, it does the alternative when I leave. When I leave the area, it turns my lights off. So it's a way I never have to worry as to whether I've turned my lights on or off, because it does it for me. And it's really, really cool. So yeah, that works really cool. Activities, it shows you basically how it all works. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's really, really good. I like it. I'm going to use it more, I think, for maybe to automate my whole, I think probably my whole system for sort of posting and how that works, because it's going to be a lot easier if every time I post to Twitter, which is the main medium I use, and then it'll put it to my Facebook, to this, to that, to the other. That'll be totally amazing. It'll save me half the work, because I generally put the same message across all my medias, because that's, you know, everyone uses different stuff. Anyway, I've really enjoyed doing this. It's something a little bit different for me. I want to do a few more sort of unboxings and sort of demo bits and bobs. As I said, I've got the new rig for my GoPro, so I want to show you all about that, how I came up with that and how that works, just in case you're interested there. So keep an eye out for that video soon. But then we're going to be continuing with some more Pokemon Go content. I might even do a few other little games as well that I've been playing. But yeah, hope you're still enjoying. Hope you all had an absolutely fantastic Christmas. Hope you had a superb New Year. Remember, if you've enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. Remember to subscribe and give us a comment if you enjoyed the video. Let us know what you think. Thanks so much again, and we'll see you on the next episode. See you later.